How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Tech and also to my review of the Transcend ESD350C. Now, unlike most of the common external SSDs on the market, which uses the USB 3.1 Gen 1 interface, the 350C uses the Gen 2 interface, which bumps up the bandwidth from that 5 gigabits per second on Gen 1 to 10 gigabits per second on Gen 2, which allows you also to break that 500-ish, 400-ish megabytes a second threshold and reach speeds up to 1000 megabytes a second, which you will reach with the 350C here. Plus, it's nice, small, and compact and robust as well. So, firstly, starting off with pricing for the 350C, you can pick up it in a 250, 480, and a 960 gig model. The 350C is built with an aluminum alloy inner housing and this nice navy blue silicone rubber case that does make it shockproof and even more durable than compared to other SSDs. Included with the SSD is two cables, which is actually quite nice. You do have a USB-C to USB-C cable and then a USB-C to USB-A cable. So if your PC or your laptop doesn't have Type-C, then you still have your Type-A cable as well, or vice versa. Now, getting into how the 350C performs, I do currently have the 480 gig model here. Now, keep in mind, I do not have the other three as well to test, so they might differ in speeds, which we have seen before. Usually the highest capacity one is the fastest, but I don't have that to test, so please just keep that in mind. Now, I did run a couple of tests comparing the 350C, again, which is external SSD, to a bunch of other SSDs as well, along with using it on a Gen 2 and a Gen 1 connection, just to show you guys how that would perform also. So for the other SSDs that I used, I did use the Transcend also MTE220S, which is an internal NVMe SSD, so that is going to be the fastest by quite a long bit, so we'll see that. And then also I used my Mushkin Source 240 gig SATA SSD, both internally and then also externally in just a USB 3 housing, which is going to run on that 5 gigabits per second. So this is going to show you guys how some other normal external SSDs will perform. So then for the benchmarks, we can see that in most of the tests, the 350C and the internal Mushkin Source SSD are pretty much battling out, trading blows between reads and write speeds. But we see that the 350C easily beats out the external USB 3.0 Mushkin SSD, showing the limits of that USB 3.0 interface. However, when it comes to sequential reads and writes, here the 350C just blast past any of those SATA SSDs to reach that 1 gigabyte per second read speeds. Now, I did also do a file transfer test where I took a 38 gig Steam backup that I made, copied it from the internal NVMe MTE220S to the specific SSD to test the write speeds, then copied it back to the 220S to test out the read speeds, and then finally I made a duplicate of the file on the SSD as well to test the combination of reads and writes. Here we can see that the 350C is around 1.5 to 2 times faster than both the internal and external SATA SSD. Now, I did also do a game load test to see if that might make a difference if you wanted to boot games faster or load games faster. So I took Shadow of the Tomb Raider, ran the built-in benchmark, and tested how long that took. And from all of the tests, no matter what SSD I'd use, there's only a couple, like 5-second difference between all of them, even compared to the internal NVMe SSD. But where it might make a difference is if you do use it on consoles. Now, I don't own any consoles, so I can't really test it to actually say for certain. But if you are going to test it out on consoles, then it might make a difference there. Again, I'm not exactly too sure, but it is an option if you wanted to use that for a console as well. So then, in conclusion, the ESD350C from Transcend is a very nice, compact, little, robust, fast external SSD that's also not too expensive. Now, I have to say, I'm actually really glad that Transcend sent this over to me, because I have been editing a lot of my videos externally on my laptop, because it only has a 500 gig hard drive. Space is somewhat of an issue, and it's just too hard, too much effort to really upgrade that SSDs. So having an external SSD that's quick enough to work off of is actually really nice. And also because usually my larger projects are around 200 gigs, having a large enough external SSD, again, quick enough, is a very handy tool to have. But that's pretty much it for my review of the Transcend ESD350C. Again, a nice compact external SSD. So a big thanks to Transcend for sending the 350C over for review. If you guys want to get it for yourself, I will leave links in the video description where you can find it on Amazon and then also here in South Africa. So check that out. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this review, please like, share, comment like always, and I will check all of you next time. Cheers, guys.